And then I'm like, I'm going to Vita Island, baby. I'm going to Vita Island.
Shout out to Kyle Moriarty.
I was way more excited. I was hoping for a way more excited response to that.
I mean,
really
the Vita lives, though. Like,
the Vita lives.
Let's be real.
It really does. Yeah, I'm super excited.
But the problem is that you're not funny.
Damn. That was downright fierce. And welcome to Downright Fierce Gaming. My name is Josh Sensio. With me is
Tristan Haynes.
And
the King of Hugs, Jacob Alexander Puck III. What up, what up, what up?
Scoot in, guys. Scoot in a little bit.
But you stink.
Cozy. It looks
hot.
like this podcast is all about me. I know I'm hot, but, you know, there it is for the audio listeners.
You know, I'm leaning on Josh.
Yeah, that's what he's doing right now.
Give him a hug.
We're also, there it is. Oh, my God, he is the king of hugs. It's so warm.
I am wearing the Hug Life shirt, after all.
And you know what's funny is I said that before you hugged me, too. Like, before you completed the hug.
Before
I knew.
Mid-mission?
I knew. I could feel your aura. Mm-hmm. So we're a video game podcast. Talk about video games every week. New episodes released every Monday on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and Stitcher. We do video game stuff, and I need a longer intro because we're the
best on the whole damn internet.
There it is.
Ding.
There it is. Speaking of which, you know what also is the best? This intro for Fierce News.
You can hear the explosions at home. It's a lot better.
Yeah, true. Last week, I realized we went too quick into Fierce News and it just came out of nowhere, so I wanted to increase the buffer time between all of that happening.
Sure.
So even if we're stumbling around, that's fine.
I have no issues with that.
Whatever. The fierce thing is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds final release.
Oh my God, what happened to you?
What if I did the entire
Oh my
episode
God,
like
no.
that? What if I had that kind of commitment?
I'd fire you.
Shoot.
Howdy.
It's getting delayed, y'all.
Oh, gee whiz.
It's supposed to come out within 6 months of its early access launch. Now, I'm actually, it got delayed. That's fine. Games get delayed, but I'm really proud of the guys over there that are making this game, because a lot of games, I expected this one to be just like all the other ones where it gets stuck in early access limbo forever and it just never becomes a real game. It's just early access and it's always going to be buggy and they're not really working on it. They're really working on it and they're going to launch it.
Shout out to DayZ. What is it, 4 years now?
Oh my God.
You know that game was supposed to come out for the PS3.
Was it
That's
really?
how long ago? Yeah.
People were still playing that damn thing.
Yeah, I was going to college when that game came out.
Wow.
Like, I mean, I also went to college at a very late age too. So, but no.
Shout out to late college.
Kudos to them for actually giving us a release. What I'm hoping, maybe not, but what I'm hoping is the greatest thing that they can do is when it actually releases, that all of a sudden there's like this 3 gig update. People are like, wow, what's this? And they boot up the game and all of a sudden it is as polished as any AAA title. It is fully fledged and just gorgeous. That's what I want to see, and I'm hoping that they have at least the resource. I'm sure they have the resources for that, right? I mean,
they've sold 3 million copies, 4 million. So
that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, within a year. I mean, you got the money.
Not too shabby.
Maybe that's why they're doing the delay too. Who knows? I mean, they had a great showing at E3, so we'll see. Now, they are still scheduled to arrive by the end of this year. Brendan Green, who's also known as PlayerUnknown, said, over the past few months, I've done a lot of interviews, and in many of them, I said we hope to be out of early access 6 months after we first launch. I've come to realize that restricting the window to a specific month could hinder us from delivering a fully featured game and or lead to disappointment within the community if the launch deadline is not met. So, Tristan, you've been playing this a lot. What do you... As a player, what are you hoping for when it comes to the final release of the game?
The most important thing at this point, I think, is optimization. The whole game itself is amazing, and it's ridiculous, and I've never felt more badass and also more pitiful in the same game.
In any game?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, like... That's
a heck of a bullet point.
Yeah. One of the matches I played, I had to parachute down. I was playing duos with my friend, and he landed in a house quite far away. And then there was a group of 2 people that landed with me in a gas station. So I had to punch a guy in the head and grab a gun, the one pistol in the gas station, to kill them both in order to survive. And that was 1 minute into the game.
Okay, yeah. So just to make sure I understand. So you parachute in, hi, pow, grab, gone.
Like that quick too? I mean...
Yeah.
Really?
Some good reflexes. Yeah, that's very impressive.
I mean, it was a little more janky. Like I said, the game needs a little polish, but
Yeah.
I mean,
do you know if there's?
That sounds amazing, though.
Because I was watching. I love watching streamers play this game because I feel like this is. I mean, at least for the PC, what I'm worried about is that I don't have the reflexes to do the inventory switch thing really quick. Like you watch these guys and they're just like bam, 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 bam when they're picking up loot. When I was watching these guys, the one complaint that I keep hearing over and over again is you can hear very loudly when somebody is crouch walking, and that they were saying that they should make it so that way if you're crouching, you really shouldn't be able to hear somebody if they're walking slowly.
You're trying to be stealthy, right?
Do you know if there's any development on that? Or?
I haven't heard anything about that. Personally,
Do you have a complaint about that?
No, I haven't really run into that. I kind of like being able to hear everything. It makes it
Because that's a big component of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely, they use audio really well, and that was one of the best parts of it, was that just being able to hear, like, oh, there's a car coming, I know exactly where that is.
And even, like, over distance, like, the muffled sound of it traveling over long distances, I really like that, because it reminded me of, like, Battlefield Bad Company, and actually all those games where you can hear, off in the distance, like, miles and miles away, you hear, you know, an explosion, and you know that's not in-game sound, that's not, like, ambient sound, that is somebody blowing up.
No, you know stuff is popping off.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to avoid that because all I have is a pistol right now.
Popping off.
Yeah.
So another thing is ex-BioShock developers have announced a new game. It's called City of Brass. Now, if you're watching the live stream or our video on demand, you could watch this while you watch us, and I highly recommend that. In fact, if you could go on YouTube, even right now, even if you're watching right now, this part's not that important because this game doesn't look that great. Go on there, give us a subscribe, because then eventually I could say, hey, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DownrightFierceGaming or Downright Fierce or whatever we can land. We can't do that right now, so, you know, subscribe. But
Plus, my wife's scene is more concerned about the camera being so close.
yeah.
I love you.
So this is going to be a first-person roguelite. Now, I always thought it was roguelike. Is that something different, or
What does that mean?
Well, all of them, I guess, stem from the game Rogue, where the idea is you start over and you go until you die, and then you start fresh again. My understanding of what makes it a rogue light instead of a like is that there are some sort of persistent upgrades. Like Rogue Legacy, where you can upgrade, like, your health, I believe, is one of the things you could do.
Yeah.
That'll persist over characters. That's what makes it rogue light. So it has those aspects, but it's not completely start fresh from every time.
Was Thief like that? Because I know Thief was a first-person, like, stealth game. But I'm not
as a rogue.
Huh? Yeah, right.
Okay, so in essence, it's actually a roguelike light.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
So
Okay, that's too many. That's too many things.
I got you.
R-double-L.
Roguelike light. Gotcha. So players will explore a dangerous Arabian Nights-themed city and complete procedurally generated quests in hopes of reaching the city's biggest treasures. This game is going to launch on PC this fall, followed by a PS4 and Xbox One release in 2018. So what I'm worried about, in fact, I'm going to pull this up again. What I'm worried about is, okay, so you got BioShock developers. BioShock, or ex-BioShock developers, BioShock wasn't really the best when it came to melee combat. And this game looks really heavy on the melee side. I feel like in order for this game to really shine, like this game needs to have fantastic gameplay mechanics other than battle, because right now it's not looking anything special.
I think I mentioned to you guys earlier, it's like, it looks like to me is a Skyrim sort of, like, Prince of Persia type skin.
Yeah.
seeing this, I mean, keep in mind it's coming out in 2018, and one of the big things about this type of game is...
the PC's coming out this fall.
Oh, this fall, okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the big things about this game is having a bunch of different weapons, in my experience. So,
Okay.
I mean, we're only seeing a whip and a sword, so we don't know what they're going to do with that. So
Sure, I'm just saying, like, when you make contact, it looks like you're not really feeling the impact of your weapon. It's just kind of like that standard, like, rah! It, like, pulls back a little bit.
And people
then,
just fall and stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know. I feel like, especially, I mean, it's going to be 2018.
Right.
We're over halfway through 2017. We've reached the point where certain things are just not excusable anymore, I feel. You need to see realistic... I mean, it doesn't have to be ultra realistic.
Unless you're not going for that, right? I mean, like, Cuphead, for example.
Okay, I mean, I got you there.
Right.
But if that's your shtick, then it needs to have a purpose.
Right.
I feel like it can't be.
There's got to be a reason for it. Oh, 100%
Yeah.
agree.
So a few weeks ago, we covered Skybound Interactive's story about developing a Walking Dead VR game. Now, they've made another announcement that they are developing a new game based on Robert Kirkman's Thief of Thieves comic series. So this is a relatively new comic series. It came out 5 years ago, 2012. Robert Kirkman is an executive producer on The Walking Dead. He made that with artist Sean Martinborough. It looks really cool. Now this it kind of almost appears to be some kind of like maybe even a Metroidvania where it says you plan out this mission or whatever, so you sneak through, you set up your traps, you set up your whatever or access points, and you go through the mission, and then like every other game, probably like like in Hitman, things go wrong and then you have to adapt to the situation. But if it is kind of like a Metroidvania running back and forth thing with every level, I think that would be a very welcome addition, as well as the art style, which just
it pops, dude.
It looks like a next level cell shading. Like this is where cell shading was heading to after Borderlands, and the Telltale series. I'm really looking forward to at least seeing where this goes.
And we were joking earlier, like, oh my god, they have a new engine. It's possible.
Telltale could take some notes. I mean, they could definitely take some notes on this.
They've got enough money for it.
Yeah, right, exactly. That went from a game I never heard of to I think I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this one.
Yeah. I mean,
it looks really cool.
So the full game is going to release on Steam in 2018. So stay tuned for that one. Am I right?
You are right.
Yeah.
For once.
So now we're gonna move on to I don't know.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Dig me out of this hole.
You're drunk tonight.
No, I'm not drunk.
Oh, okay. like tequila shot. Let's go. Like hype up.
No tequila.
Oh, I love tequila.
Would not like
Shout
me.
out to tequila.
You know what we might do one time, because I do want to expand. I've mentioned this before. I want to expand to Downright Fierce comedy. Downright Fierce. We're definitely doing Downright Fierce tabletop. Our executive producer,
actually
Brian Kaminsky.
I have my dice in my pocket right now.
Brian Kaminsky is going to head that up. One of the things we're going to do is Downright Fierce drinking, where I've already had I come up with the idea for it. Once a month on like the first Saturday of the month, we'll get like 4 or 5 of us. It won't be a video; it'll be all audio. And we'll record 4 hours of us drinking and just talking, goofing around, but like still in a structured podcast way.
I would like to immediately petition for a name change. Downright Fierce Drunge.
Okay, maybe. We'll see.
We'll
bring it up at the next meeting.
We don't have meetings.
I know. But so the whole idea will be we'll record for the whole month, and then you can kind of hear with every episode getting drunker and drunker and drunker, and then
that's actually a really great idea.
Seasons. That's like every month is a new season, so the new season is just all new people and
right.
Yeah.
I'm down.
So moving on to Sony. Sony announced this week that a selection of PS4 games are being added to PlayStation Now. Now, that title just sounds awesome. Like, oh yeah, I might get PlayStation Now. Like, I tried it. A lot of people had issues with the connection. I have a very fast internet, so maybe it's just me. I don't know. But
yeah, I don't even remember what game I tried. I was like, okay, cool, it works.
Yeah,
all right, bye.
It works. I did the trial and I enjoyed it, but there weren't enough games on there that I really wanted to play.
Exactly.
So I hear this and I'm like, oh wow, okay, all right, we're doing this. Here are the list of games. Actually, before I mention that, this is going to be 20 PS4 titles, which brings the total library count to 524. I didn't know there was that many. That's a lot of games. So the first one is Killzone Shadowfall, followed by God of War 3 Remastered, my favorite, Saints Row 4 Re-Elected.
Great game.
Hell yeah. WWE 2K16. Chris would like that one.
I mean, you can't really put 2K17 on there yet.
Yeah, Tropico 5, Ultra Street Fighter 4, F1 2015, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, Evolve, MX versus ATV.
Is that a typo or is it really that?
Definitive.
Holy crap, seriously?
Definitive.
All right,
Yeah.
Darksiders.
MX versus ATV Supercross Encore, Resogun, Helldivers, Broken Age, Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition, Grim Fandango Remastered, Akiba's Beat, Castle Storm Definitive Edition, Exist Archive, The Other Side of the Sky, Nidhogg, and Super Mega Baseball.
Ooh,
Notice how the quality.
Actually, I'm gonna call out Resogun as a fantastic game.
Maybe not the quality. That's not what I should. The price of these games, if you were to just buy them. In fact, a lot of these games, I would even say maybe not the majority, but a lot of these games were on PlayStation Plus free games.
Right.
So
right. I don't know if Resogun was. I'm not super sure.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
I think it was one of the first ones.
Yeah, really?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nidhogg was freaking Grim Fandango was.
You almost said that other word. I had to call it out. I am the only black guy here.
That's a completely different game that people play on Omegle.
I play that in real life.
Watch our Omegle videos. So yes. I don't know. It's the headline sounds awesome, and then you look at the games, but at the same time, they're adding more games. They're not taking off games. I guess.
Sure. I mean, I kind of want to play Super Mega Baseball on title alone.
You don't want to play Nidhogg?
I want to play that. I want to play that. Well, like I said, I already play that game. As a matter of fact, I have an IRL trophy. Trophy, platinum. There we go.
Platinum. All right. Okay.
100%.
I freaking love you. He almost heard that one too.
Hey!
All right. So moving on, Cuphead has been 100% confirmed not coming to PS4. Boo. That sucks. That really sucks. Developer studio MDHR confirmed this Cuphead game is exclusive to Xbox and PC. Developer also added that a Mac version and potentially Linux version will likely be available sometime in the future. The studio confirmed that they own the IP, so while the first Cuphead game won't appear on the PS4, it is possible that any potential sequels could be multi-platform. Why do you think they took so long to say that if this was a deal that was probably worked out a while ago, at least before E3? Why wouldn't Microsoft be like, hey, before E3, we're doing this. We're doing this exclusive. It is all us. And then that way we can say it is exclusive, Xbox exclusive.
And that's what's funny about that is when you read that, I was like, wait, it wasn't announced as an exclusive? I thought that was the whole, idea, right?
Well, it wasn't confirmed and nobody was, saying anything. Nobody was responding to it.
Right.
It sounds like this might be something to, it wasn't worked out maybe, or I mean, I don't know.
I think with Cuphead that would have worked against them if they were like, oh, you've heard about this game for several years, by the way, we just locked it down.
You think so?
I think that's gonna cause some vitriol. I mean, it is the internet, so no matter what you do, I think that would have upset people more if they would have seen that at E3. I mean, the people
that it was
who
an Xbox One and PC
the people
exclusive?
who have PCs and an Xbox, they're gonna be happy.
Okay,
but
that makes sense.
But I mean, we've even talked about it before. The problem with the Xbox One is it doesn't have a system seller exclusive. So I feel like
I don't think Cuphead's a system seller.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
That was actually my next point is so then is the question, do they not believe it in that way that it is a system seller?
Yeah, I doubt it.
I think based off of what you just said, I think you're right. I think you nailed it. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I forgot to start the timer. So I'm really glad nobody cursed yet, but if we curse at all, don't. No, it's not a challenge. It's not a challenge.
Oh, it's so tempting.
I'm gonna have to listen to the whole damn episode.
That's your fault, dog.
I'm gonna have to write down the talking points that surrounded the cursing. Okay, did you see it?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see it?
I haven't read it.
So there was. I briefed them all the time on the news, so that way we know what we're going to talk about before we start the episode. There is one thing I did not brief them on, because this is something that is pretty remarkable. This headline right here is pretty insane. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Fans are getting an officially licensed Half-Life 3.
All right, so you're lying to me?
No, I swear to you.
No.
You're lying.
Yes.
You're lying to me.
Yes, I swear to
Don't
God,
believe you.
Half-Life 3. Why isn't the screen changing? A Place in the West Chapter 3 comes out.
I see. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So this is a comic series that they made about Half-Life, and Chapter 3 is coming out. So Half-Life 3 is coming out.
Good.
Troll-lo-lo-lo-lo. Yeah, see, the problem with
You didn't buy that at all, did you?
No,
Brandon was here. He would have been like, I told you.
Absolutely. See, the problem is that, if it was, I don't know, 5 years ago, I would have bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, it's never coming out.
Yeah,
No,
no.
it's not. It can't.
I think we were talking. I forgot who was I talking to about that. I feel like I'm totally having a sense of deja vu because I was just like, you know what? At this point, I don't even want it anymore. I don't care.
Here's the thing: it can't live up to the expectations.
No way.
That's the problem. There's no way, because every single time a Half-Life game was released, it broke some kind of barrier that people didn't even know was there. So you have the first Half-Life first-person shooter with the story. Nobody had that.
Right.
Then you have Half-Life 2, the first one to develop physics that almost every game at the time was borrowing until they can come up with their own physics engine. Mm-hmm. Half-Life 3, what? I'll tell you this. I think they can. Maybe when we have VR and haptic suits in every house,
right? Yeah,
and you can smell-o-vision and all this stuff.
I don't want to smell where Gordon goes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sewers in those games.
Well, aren't they also tied to the Vive?
Yeah,
they're tied to the Vive. So that's what I'm saying. They're in VR. So the next big step is we're gonna sell this package. You could be in Half-Life 3 and just be in there and just walk anywhere in this place, and it's like you're living in the game.
That would be a system seller. That would get people buying Vives hand over fist.
Of course. Because
If it was
that's,
VR only, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if I'm proud or disappointed that you tried that.
What?
that you tried to
Sell Half-Life 3?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was worth a shot, I guess.
I figured you would say no, and then I would give you my word. You know, I'd say I promise this is a real thing, and it's a real thing. It exists. It's Half-Life 3.
Was it like an issue or like a?
Yeah, it's a series. It's called A Place in the West. It's
Chapter
like
3.
a comic thing, graphic novel.
Is Gordon even in it?
No, and it looks awful. I don't want to have anything to do with
I
it.
kind of want to buy it and I'll come over here for a review or something.
Yeah.
Half-Life 3 is great, you guys.
You know what? If we had a video like that on YouTube, we'll get some hits. Maybe not.
I will
some...
read it and I will just trash the hell out of it.
Yeah. So, did you guys know that they showed Yakuza 6 at E3?
Not
Yakuza
until
6.
today.
Not until I briefed you on the news. So yes, you did know that. So it's using an all-new engine called the Dragon Engine. This is actually really exciting. It allows near seamless experience. So what that means is it allows your character to enter buildings, shops, and restaurants with no loading screen. Go into battles, no loading screen. Like everything is near seamless. And I was super excited because Yakuza 0 was well received. It was a good game. People were happy with it. And this is, at least in Japan, this is a huge series. This is like their Grand Theft Auto, basically.
Is it that big over there?
It's that big, yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's like a rabid following for this game. In fact, I think they even had another. No, I think I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I almost made something up.
Like
so
Half-Life 3?
as I was doing research for this, I found out why nobody made a big deal about this. Why nobody was like, "Oh my God, Yakuza 6 confirmed." It's because it already came out in Japan. This game's out. Like
Yakuza Disney.
it's out, but we're getting a U.S. release in early 2018.
Yay us for being behind the 8 ball.
You know, but what I'm surprised about is that there's no, because over at IGN, Andrew Goldfarb,
The Dark Knight of News.
he when Persona 5 came out in Japan first, he got the Japanese version and like beat the entire game, and like he
platinumed the game in Japanese.
Yeah,
and didn't read a single
Japanese.
Unbelievable.
And there's not really anybody over here doing that. Like, nobody's covering these stories saying, like, hey, here's the entire game, here's whatever. Everyone's just kind of like, Yakuza, isn't that one PS2 game with the sleeping dogs and
That's a great game.
Well, yes, it is.
And that's Yakuza. That's Yakuza. You were playing Yakuza.
Right. Spoilers.
So, at the end, it's sleeping dogs fades away and it goes Yakuza.
Gotcha.
So that's it. That's the news. That's all the news. Now we're gonna move on. What I said earlier in the episode was I'm going to Pita Island, which is right next to Vita Island.
You did not say Pita.
It's right next to Vita Island. So I'm gonna stop in Pita Island. I'm gonna get a pita, and then I'm gonna sail on over.
So it's like Hawaii. It's like they're just like right next to each other.
Yeah.
Are they at war with each other?
No. Actually, they go very well. They have a bridge.
And then they have like ballistas like with like hummus in it, and they're just like, oh, I hate Persona 4 Golden.
I don't think anybody's ever said that ever.
No,
probably not.
I'm sure somebody said it.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, probably. So I'm getting a Vita, and I thought it'd be nice to look up some games. If anybody else is thinking about getting one, GameStop is having this really great sale. On their website, you can get a pre-owned Vita with an 8 gig memory thing, which they make their own memory stuff. Like, you can't even use an SD card. It has to be a PlayStation Vita memory card. So an 8 gig one, and then they're pretty expensive too. And 2 games. So, and that was all for $160.
That's not too bad.
That's not bad at all. I mean, even on Amazon, you want to buy one new, it's $202, which is a really weird number. And pre-owned at GameStop is $160. So I went with it. So I looked up a couple games. If anybody else out there is interested in getting a PlayStation Vita, or if there's a game that you really want to talk about that came out on the Vita that you think I should buy, let us know in the comments. Tell us. But these are the games I found. Gravity Rush, which is an open world adventure game. I played the demo for the second one.
Yeah, just came out a couple months ago, I think.
I feel like that game belongs on a mobile device.
Yeah.
Like I could not sit down there and play that on my TV. I'm just like, this is not interesting. But mobile, yeah. Persona 4 Golden a remake of the PS2
yes.
game.
An absolute must play if you like any RPG ever created.
I just love Persona.
Yes.
It's so good.
So good.
So there's that, and then Guacamelee. Never played that. It's a 2D platformer.
I've heard it's good though.
I've heard it's good. I've heard it's one of those like Metroidvanias.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Then we have Odin Sphere, which is a 2D action RPG. Have you guys heard of this one?
Odin Sphere is awesome. Odin Sphere is really good.
It was just really cool.
It was just re-released though on the PS4, and it with a bit of an upres. So I'd probably buy it there. And it's probably really cheap now too. But it's awesome. I'm trying to remember who made it though. Oh god. Oh well, it's great. It's I feel like it's very like in the like Atlas like RPG sort of factory.
But it's more of an action game though.
But it's more of an it's an action RPG, yeah. But it's really good. Kind of like side scrolling and stuff like that.
And the art just looks
so
fantastic.
pretty.
It runs at 60 frames per second. I mean, like it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to play that one. Also, going back and playing the Metal Gear Solid HD collection. So that one has Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, which are the like 16-bit Metal Gear games. Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, VR Missions, and Snake Tales. What is Snake Tales?
Snake Tales?
That's a Telltale game.
Snake Tales. Woo!
Everywhere.
So diving into gold, you're diving into a pit of snakes, Indiana Jones now?
All right, I'm down for that. And then finally...
Not a real thing, guys.
Actually, this isn't finally. This is just the name of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy X and X2 HD Remaster. It's been forever since I played Final Fantasy X, and I would love to play me some Blitzball.
Yeah, dude. I have it. It's fun to go back and play it.
I never played X2 either.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't want to. The video looked like a J-pop video. Like, I'm not down for that.
That's because it is. I'll never forget it when I first played it, and my roommate would walk in, and he would just be like, "All right, so what I want you to do, I know you get in a random battle, and I just want you to just change dress spheres. I just want to watch the girls like do their thing." I was just like, "You're weird."
Beat off.
Yeah, fortunately not. Maybe he did that later. I try not to think about these things.
Okay.
Shout out to Derek.
Yeah.
But it's definitely fun to go back. I got to like Macalania Forest, and then other games came out, so it's fun.
Yeah. And then finally, Child of Light 2D RPG game that I completely just skipped over. I think it was actually available on PlayStation Plus, or something like that. It was cheap, or it was a sale, and I'm like, no, I'm good. That looks really stupid. And then I looked at the gameplay video online, and the review as well. And I mean, have you heard much about this?
I heard the name. I heard good things about it, but I really don't know that much.
Child of Light.
Yeah, I have it on Xbox 360.
How good is
it? It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's really, really fun. For me, I got about halfway through it, and I was kind of like, but I think it's worth a shot. It's very pretty. Battle system's great.
Seriously, I mean, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah. I think very like art style wise. Think Ori and the Blind Forest, a little duller.
I still haven't played that.
It's a really great game.
Is that available on Vita?
No, because I think that's an Xbox exclusive and PC and stuff.
I got you. So before we go on to that's PlayStation Vita.
If I can, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Can I? Thanks. That I just saw in the chat. My old high school ROTC teacher is watching, and that is absolutely amazing to me.
All right.
So shout out to you, Carrie.
So now we're going to move on to what we are playing. But before we do that, if you have any questions for us, usually after what we're playing, we go over viewer questions. If you have any questions for us, you want to ask us in chat, go ahead and type that in the chat stuffs. Also, you can send us messages on Facebook, facebook.com/genreofiercegaming. But for now, what we're playing, I'm playing Persona 5.
Yes, you are.
So good.
I know.
Oh, my
Don't I know?
God.
Don't we know?
Yeah.
I love every second in this game. And you know what my favorite part is? All of it, yes. But the way they balance. So, okay, I was really worried about how many hours you have to spend in this game, but the way they balance it to where by the end, okay, so, you go long stretches in a palace and dungeon or whatever, and then you go long stretches of story.
Right.
So usually by that long stretch of the dungeon, I'm like, oh my God, I'm done with the dungeon. I just want to move the story forward. Just move the story. I'm done battling. I just want to hear a story.
Right.
And then that finally happens. It feels like the perfect time, too. Mm-hmm. And then I watch a whole bunch of story, and the last one took like 26 minutes. I timed it. It was like a lot of freaking story.
Just wait.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
Well, actually, 26 minutes before I could save. That's what I meant.
Right.
Before I could even just stop. Like, I'm just sitting there just
Just X.
But
X,
I was
X.
down for it. I was
Right.
liking it.
That's what's fascinating about it is like the balance of it is actually really up to you.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I think I was explaining earlier, like the first palace I went through took me three times to beat. Second one around the same, third one around the same, and then I plowed through the fourth and plowed through the fifth. So I just had, right now I sent the calling card, beat the dungeon. I have 18 days until the change of heart.
Yeah.
So it's just
I love when that
story and
happens,
social link and just go. And
But-
you could still choose to go to Mementos and if you want to fight some stuff and stuff. So
But I
it's
mean,
great.
even like in between, like right after the change of heart, and there's that period where it's a whole bunch of story, so that drags on a long time. Not drags on, but that goes on a long time, and then usually by the end of that, I'm like, okay, I want to fight, and then again, right at the perfect time, now I'm fighting again. And it's just so good. I love it. The timing is so good. I love it. It's so good.
What do you think of the puzzles?
I mean, are there really puzzles? I mean, I guess okay with the bank. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of light puzzles.
You're in the fourth palace right now, correct?
Yeah, the Egypt. I just started it.
Okay.
The tomb one. Yeah, just started.
There's some in that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
And
they
then
were some of the weaker parts of the game.
Yeah,
It's
but-
not really puzzling, but
Well, and the fortunate thing is I hate puzzles, so I'm
Yeah.
glad.
I hate is negotiations. Well, I mean, I get it. I hate it when I get it wrong, but like I get it why it's so vague. Like I understand the I do know about the when
Personalities.
they're being the personalities things. I understand that, but I'm looking at these options. I'm like, none of these sound serious. Like this, I don't understand what I'm supposed to pick, but I get it because then otherwise I would just win every single one. So that's not fun.
get your social links up.
Right.
Yeah.
You just stole the thought right out of my head because there's a social link that makes that process a lot easier.
All right, I'll do that. So I'm playing that. I'm gonna get my Vita, and I'm gonna. So I got that. Oh, that's right. I'm playing Rush of Blood. For the
Until
VR.
Dawn, right?
I saw
Until
your
Dawn.
video. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta see. Okay, so I posted on our page. You gotta watch this video. It's hysterical. I got all cocky because the game wasn't scary for a little while. So things happen. It's a funny video, but that game is freaking gorgeous and amazing and horrifying and twisted and just awesome. Tristan, what are you playing, bud?
Well, Battlegrounds, obviously.
Right.
Talked about that.
Yeah.
I've been kind of busy over the past few weeks. I went back and beat The Witcher 3 main story.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice,
Pretty good.
The finale is so
Yeah.
good.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Would you say that the Bloody Baron side? I don't know if we've covered this or not, but would you say that the Bloody Baron side quest might be the best side quest in any game you've ever played? Because
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
Which one was the Bloody Baron?
It's you wouldn't forget it if you
The first guy in Velen.
Yeah. The big
It's
guy in
been
red
so long
and
since I
bearded,
played it, I
and
don't
you
remember.
went to go find his wife and his kid.
Yeah. Oh,
If you played it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil anything.
No, no spoilers.
It is so good and some of the best writing in any game I have ever played.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly recommend it.
I think that was some of my favorite part of the story. I felt it kind of dragged at the end.
That's what's so crazy is I was like, I remember feeling when like, and I got through the game and 100 hours or whatever. I feel like up until near the end, it took them a while to get back to that zenith because that's how good this side quest is. It almost makes the a lot of the other ones like seem kind of eh. So
Yeah. And then I've been playing Dead Cells, which is a roguelite,
Roguelite.
on the PC.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just play like this massive cells that will inhabit a body, and then you just kind of keep going through these dungeons, picking up weapons and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Combat's fun. Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Jacob?
Persona 5. I just beat the 5th Palace today. I just clocked in my 80th hour officially as of right before I came over.
Hell yeah.
So that's awesome, and superlatives. Right while I'm thinking about it, I forgot to mention also pick up Axiom Verge for your Vita. It is a Metroidvania, and it is fantastic. It is so good. And also Severed, which is very
I saw
weird.
that one. I'm good.
I think you should give it a shot.
All right.
It's a first-person RPG, which you would think is really, really weird.
Wait.
And it's very yes.
Oh, I'm not. Maybe I'm not thinking.
Yeah,
Tethered. That's
Okay.
the one I was thinking of.
It's a first-person RPG, and it's like all like the controls are very different, but it's worth a shot. It's unique enough. It's one of those like it's the reason why the Vita, in my opinion, is so special. Is like the games like that you really wouldn't care about. It would just die in PSN, like live and like survive on the Vita. So it's good stuff.
All right.
So we have a viewer question.
Yeah, we're going to move on to viewer questions now. Mark Mayfield wants to know which Zelda game is the best and why.
Wind Waker.
I mean, I haven't
Is the worst or the best?
Best.
I haven't played the new one, so I'm going to go
Breath of the Wild is the correct answer.
Majora's Mask. Just because... Okay, so when it comes... If I could only have Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time just blended into like one game experience, that would have been perfect for me, because I love the time parts of Majora's Mask, having to do things at a certain time and all the mechanics with changing the mask and stuff. But I really enjoy playing as an adult Link, you know, going around with his sword stuff, so, and riding the horse and whatnot. So.
I missed that too. And it's so funny to me because it took me having to play Majora's Mask on the 3DS to really appreciate it, because of the fact that it was, you know, right after Ocarina of Time, and I was just like, I want Ocarina of Time 2, not this garbage. Yeah. I don't care about, like, why am I a Deku scrub? Like, this sucks. Of course, I'm like 12, so what the hell do I know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Breath of the Wild continues to blow my mind at how good it is, and I feel very strongly.
I'm sure once I play it, I will agree with you.
Yeah,
but
I haven't touched it yet either.
Like, yeah, that's the only reason
but
why.
I would love to give. I guess we'll get to worse in a second. I would love to give an honorable mention to both Link's Awakening and the Oracle Seasons and Oracle of Ages. Those are fantastic games, and it's crazy that the Oracle series wasn't even made by Nintendo; it was made by Capcom.
Really?
Yeah, and it's brilliant, it's beautiful, and it's awesome.
Now he also wants to know what's the worst. Now, before you say yours, I feel like mine's gonna be controversial.
All right.
I played this one Zelda game, and about 2 hours into it, I dropped the controller. I'm like, I'm done. I don't like this game. It's crap. I don't like this game, and I returned to the GameFly.
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
Skyward Sword.
Nope. It's a controversial thing I've heard.
Twilight Princess?
That's it. I hated the gameplay.
What,
the
wolf?
second I turned into a wolf, I'm like, I'm done. This is stupid. This is stupid. I don't want to play this anymore. I'm done. I am not going to play a dog. That's not what I came to Zelda for.
I'm not going to play a dog. I'm insulted that I even have to do this.
I do not appreciate the assumption that I would like to play as a wolf man.
It's funny because I didn't realize until long after I beat Twilight Princess like how like much vitriol there is about that game. I loved it. I think it has my favorite Zelda boss battle of all time. Actually, probably my top 2 actually. And Star-Lord, which is the big. Well, you haven't played it.
I mean, it had my favorite moment, which was throwing it into the trash. So that was fun.
Come on.
Jeez.
Oh, and then I took it out because it was a GameFly game.
And then you're like, oh man. And then, yes, Star-Lord, and then the big dragon fight. Like it's raining and you're at the double claw shots.
Well, visually it looked great.
Yeah.
I love the visuals. I mean, that's what brought me in and I was hooked. But the story and the wolf man, just no, I'm good.
The wolf? No, wait. We went from a dog to he's a wolf man.
The wolf man.
Oh, WOOF.
I was going back and forth, but yeah.
Wait, so like you're like, am I gonna say?
The first time I said wolf
awesome.
man. The second time I said wolf man, and then I ended with wolf man.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
What about you? Tristan? Worst Zelda game.
Worst is such a rough thing, but I don't know.
Because Zelda person except against Mario Party.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think that's the worst Zelda game.
Mario Party's the worst Zelda game. Nice, well played.
Yeah, I mean, Twilight Princess didn't really do anything for me. I played the Wii version, and I didn't like the motion
Well, that's the thing. I played it on the Wii.
I also played it on the Wii.
Is that a problem? Like, should I play it?
I enjoyed it. I had a really good time with it because I was like, I want the 480p version or whatever the hell. I want the best graphics. It didn't really matter.
Best graphics 480.
Right. Gone are the days, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny too because my Wii is on the counter. Still is.
My Wii's in my pants.
Hey! Oh,
Penis.
You've been. Oh. Jesus, it's literally in my parents' house and it's just collecting dust. Like I was like, I don't even think it's white anymore. Like it's just there. But as far as like that's what's funny is I think that Twilight Princess is better than Skyward Sword. Like I was so annoyed with whatever I forgot what the companion was. I was like, shut up! Like you're more annoying than Navi, right? And then I thought mechanically it was great. I just thought it was boring.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, there's a boring
I
Zelda
didn't even
game.
play Skyward Sword.
Oh really? Gotcha.
I can't really count that as worst if I.
Oh, Skyward Sword is boring. I got you. Yeah. I didn't even touch that one. I have no idea.
Yeah, Mark is asking if the CDI games count. I'm gonna go with no.
Nah, probably not.
We're just gonna pretend they don't exist.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. That's not canonical. All right, so now is the time when we move on to how long are we going? I don't even know. I didn't start the timer.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Said screw it.
Shout out to Bill O'Reilly.
All right,
Never thought I'd say
we'll just
that.
move on to video game 20 questions.
My favorite. / sarcasm.
Here we go.
Now is when they're going to guess a game that I picked out earlier today, and they have to use yes or no questions. I can give yes/no answers. Also,
Be careful with that.
be careful with that one.
The
That
literal
happens
worst thing that's
sometimes.
ever happened to
It
me.
has happened every single time, too.
I got
by
what,
the way.
4 in a
Yeah.
row one time?
Yeah.
Not
You
in a row.
got 4 in a row. Be
Not in a
careful?
row.
Oh, okay, but 4 in one.
Last week, I had to do a be careful with that one for talking.
Yeah.
Does your character talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, but be careful with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, so start.
Okay, I guess we'll go with the usual.
tried and true?
The tried and true. We should just name it as the official first question.
Can we just have it be like 18 questions and just have that one automatically asked?
Right, like it's like sponsored. Like we should get a sponsor specifically for that question. So, did it come out before January 1st, 2000?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. You want to go platform? You want to go genre? How do you want to do this?
Platform.
Okay.
Or series, I guess. Like
Yeah, generation.
yeah. Did
Generation.
it come out during the? I guess we'll go with the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis era.
No. It did not
Okay.
come out.
Did it come
of your
out
pants.
ever.
during the
And we're done.
N64 era?
What else was
What is
N64?
that, PlayStation?
PS1.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
oh, well, I mean,
Wow, man.
I wanted to make sure.
You totally.
I wanted to make sure.
That was amazing. Like
That's a
you're
freebie.
like yes.
You can't
crap.
if you beat the record by 1, that's so not fair.
Oh, that would be really
So
funny
not
though.
fair.
that's a new
But-
strategy.
Like just like
no,
Troy
now I know,
like
now I
N64, PS1, Dreamcast. Yeah.
Okay,
It's Power
so-
Stone. Let's see. So, okay, I guess let's knock out some genres. Is it an RPG of any kind?
No.
Okay.
That is Quattro. Quattro questions.
Is someone writing them down? That's adorable.
Mark does.
Thanks, Mark.
does write them down.
I did not know
Now,
that.
after we get to
Producer
the 10th
Mark.
question, when we get to the 10th question, you guys can ask a question, and if it's good enough, I will take it out of the chat and use it for them. But if I don't pick your questions, just because, not because it's bad, it just doesn't
Didn't you
help
take
enough.
a be careful with that last week?
Well, yeah, because we just had
Yeah.
to move things
Shout
on.
out to
we had to, I wanted to. end
Is
it.
my ass falling asleep?
Yes, that is 5 questions.
All right, let's see. So,
Not an RPG. Came out on the PlayStation 1. Unless he...
do we want to go with, how do we want to narrow it down genre-wise? We could go, is it a shooter? Or we can go...
Is it the first in a series of games?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Confirming that there is a series of sorts. Okay. So PS1.
And it's the first of them, so...
Oh, sweet. We're running right on time.
Oh, really?
Nice.
No, you shouldn't have looked. Now we're going to go on.
Plus.
Yeah, now we're gonna have
I'm going to make sure we go
I
long.
can handle if you want to go long. I can handle it. I can take it if you want to go long.
Oh, well.
No, go really long.
We can go really long.
Really long. But
All
make
up
sure
in-
there's a lot of content.
all
So it's
up-
really thick with content.
All up in you.
All up in
all
it.
up in you?
Let's just do it. Let's do it long and thick
Long and thick.
with
And-
content.
And moist.
And moist.
All right, so let's see. So, thanks, Mark.
Okay, well, for the audio listeners, Mark Mayfield in our chat typed, is Jacob's ass falling asleep? Yes, for question number 5.
We should make that a shirt. Because it's always falling asleep.
It might be. All right,
Sorry.
back to the game.
All right, so, oh, God, where do we want to go from here?
Is it a 3D platformer?
Good question.
Here it comes?
No, it's not. No. And I'm not even gonna use be careful with that one. No, it is
man.
not.
Okay.
No.
I almost want to ask, is it a platformer though? Because of your hesitation. PS1.
All right.
Good-
So we
good
know
silence,
that it was published before January 1st, 2000. It was not during the Super Nintendo Sega Genesis era. It was during the N64, PS1, and Dreamcast era. And it is not an RPG, and your butt is falling asleep.
Okay.
Got
Important.
him.
And it is not a 3D platformer.
Okay.
Those are the things we know.
And not an RPG. Did we already cover that?
Right. Yeah. Not RPG.
So we know what it's not. Let's find out what it is.
Is it a shooter?
Nope.
Ooh.
No, it's shooter.
No, it's bueno.
No shoot.
Superman, no shoot.
Was it an exclusive?
Yes.
Oh, great question.
It was an exclusive.
Okay. First in a series.
PS1.
Exclusive.
And remember, again, this may or may not have anything to do with this, but on release,
Yes.
it was an
Right.
exclusive.
It was exclusive at the time. Right. Okay. May or may not matter.
In a couple of weeks, I'll stop saying that.
Not a 3D platformer. Not a shooter. Not an RPG.
Do you play as a human?
Yes. But no, I'm joking.
God, I wanted it to be Tomba so bad. It might still be actually. Is Tomba a human? That would be a hell of a shot in the dark, though.
Is there driving in it?
Good question.
No,
No. Okay.
there's not. No driving.
No driving.
Zero driving.
All right. Let's see. No driving. Not an
Amazing,
RPG.
There's other questions just to narrow down, like, gameplay and things like that. Are you confident on console?
Don't make us second guess ourselves.
I'm
You jerk.
I'm just trying to fill the silence, guys.
No, it's good. That's what people want.
I know, right? Just like muted ASMR.
Yeah.
They've heard us talk for like 50 minutes. I
Yeah,
think they
that's
could
true.
use a little bit of a break.
A break. Need some space.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go listen to other podcasts for a little while.
Yeah. Let me know when y'all are done.
Figure out.
I have
Just
to
start
segment
selling
what I
ads
want.
for our blank space.
That's actually not a bad idea. That's awesome. What a great idea.
A dollar per pause. And I'll be like, this pause is brought to you by blah 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 blah.
AIDS. All right. Let's see.
Or I'll just say the name of the product.
Yeah.
AIDS.
Snuggie.
All right.
Screw it.
Red Bull.
Did it come out on PS1?
Yes.
All right.
That's 11.
That makes me feel better.
Okay. So
All
we
right,
got
so
that.
one more to beat the record. No, sorry.
That was
No,
just
you beat the record with 12, so
So,
you'd have to guess it now to beat the record. Yes.
Yeth.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Let's see.
So, PS1, not a shooter, not
Exclusive
RPG.
when it came out.
Exclusive when it
First
came
in
out.
a series.
Canada Dry.
Great ginger ale. Oh my god, man.
What?
Toyota. Bud Light.
And you said it.
Persona 5.
You said it. Persona 5. Atlas.
I'm just
So,
these are
like,
free ads.
is it
If you
Persona
want
5?
Your product name, if you
Is
want
it-
your product name in between
is
the
it-
pauses.
It's not Persona 1 or 2, Innocent Sin or Eternal Punishment.
Yeah.
Super JRPG
So we're at
nerd
11.
here.
Any viewer questions?
Yeah, I got nothing in
Nothing.
viewer chat. Or in just chat. I don't know why it'd be viewer chat.
Viewer
Not that
chat.
they're watching. And it's chat. So yeah.
Come on,
Okay,
chat.
so it's not
Yeah.
a 3D platform.
Do you play as more than one character?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, okay. So
that doesn't help me at all. Okay, so more than one character, PS1,
Not a shooter.
not an
Not a
RPG,
shooter, not an RPG.
No driving.
Not a 3D platformer, no driving.
no driving. Do you play more? Is it a? Hold on, let me recap for a second. Not a shooter, not an RPG, PS1 exclusive.
Your butt's falling asleep.
My butt's falling asleep. How do you feel about is it a fighter as a question, Tristan?
Yes, go for it.
Is it a fighter?
Nope.
Well, I don't feel good anymore.
Just like that, we don't feel good. But if you're running a tally, but still asleep.
Yeah. Bud has not woken up.
But has not woken up.
We'll keep you up to date with all the latest butt news.
Right? That's a new segment. Jacob's butt news.
Just like level of discomfort as it goes up.
God,
Just more
shooter.
Z's coming out.
Yeah.
Right? Just like Photoshop some
GIF.
Z's.
Yeah,
up
get
top.
some
Oh,
GIFs
that's
and
awesome. Let's see. God.
13 questions.
Should we start throwing out weird ones?
I mean, it could help.
The fact that when you said 3D platformer threw me off, so it almost makes me want to ask if it's a 2D platformer.
Go for it.
And survey says?
It is not a 2D platform.
Okay.
Good. We didn't think it was.
Well, he was worried.
I didn't have anything else anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Let's see.
I mean, I guess throw out a weird question. Oh, and then also what I'm going to do is your 19th... I decided this while I was listening to last week's episode. The 19th question, or the 20th question, I will ask.
Okay.
And it will be one question that will
I like that.
not give it away, but it will bring you a lot closer anywhere where you were like kind of missing out.
How benevolent of you.
Because if you were watching last week, I almost broke the green screen.
It's true. It's true. He did.
But it was clutch. It was clutch on my part, though.
Clutch. So
Okay, so
trying to bring that word back.
which is why I'm not. I used my clutch last week, so I'm not clutch this week.
Oh,
Hey-o.
Wait. Oh. What? Huh?
I'm going to throw one out there.
Fire away, sir.
Do you skateboard in it?
You sure do, Tristan.
Son of a bitch. Very nice. Very cool.
You gotta make it official.
Is it Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Well played.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Great
is.
job.
Wow. What was going on through your head?
Great job. Yeah, man.
Silence is what it was.
The silence. So the silence actually helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there licensed music in
It
this
was
game?
released exclusively PlayStation 1999, developed by Neversoft, published by Activision. Multiple characters, multiplayer, great scores, and it was remade in 2012.
Great
I
job.
think the platformer kind of.
So yeah, that's, when you said that, I'm like, I mean, not really. It's a skateboarding game, but I mean, there's platforming, so you jump to different platforms. But no, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
because
I'm not gonna say that.
it's a sports game.
Yeah.
I mean,
And what I was gonna say was, is this a licensed game to bring you there?
Okay.
I do love Mark's question in the chat. Does your character breathe fire?
Tony Hawk does spit some hot fire.
Some hot fire.
Anyways, that does it for us, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you were watching, thank you so much for listening. If you were listening, our new episodes release every Monday on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and Stitcher. Please search for us on YouTube. Please subscribe because I want a URL. I want one so bad.
You would think it would be a lot simpler, you know?
100 subscribers.
How far
That's
are we?
what we need. I think we are 60 away. If even. Like, it might be 61 or 62, but we're not even halfway there yet. We
We're
need 100
on our
subscribers.
way.
Need 100 subscribers before we can get an official URL, and I really want that so I can do the YouTube part like I do this. Facebook.com/DownrightFierceGaming is where
Great
we live. Twitter at DRF Podcast, even though I don't post
I'm the
anything.
only one that follows it.
Yeah, and me, but that's it. And I also bother famous people with our podcast. And twitch.tv/DRF Podcast. That's where we do live stream stuff sometimes. You can buy merchandise. You can buy shirts with our faces and stuffs on it. Teespring.com/DownrightFierceGaming, and then Patreon.com/DownrightFierce is where you can go to send us a couple bucks a month. You get exclusive content 1 week early before everybody else does. In fact, some of the like the Downright Fierce drinking or drunge or dringe or whatever you want to call it, that is going to be a Patreon exclusive not web series, but podcast. It's going to be Patreon exclusive. So the only way to hear it, the only way to hear this guy get super drunk is to go to
Duval.
Duval, really, or get our podcast. or be a Patreon, and it also gets you thanked at the end of the episode. So we want to take a second and thank Mark Mayfield. Thank you, Mark. We also want to thank Jeff Knight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff Knight. We also want to thank Brian Altano, Damon Hatfield, and MC Lars for letting us use their music, even though they probably don't listen. MC Lars might.
That's going to be really insulting the one time they do listen.
They're going to be like,
they'll laugh. They'll be like,
they're going to tweet us back, and they're going to be like, now I'm not listening
I heard
ever again.
Said.
Oh.
I don't think that was insulting, was it? I'm like you're too big to listen to our little podcast.
That tone, though.
I'm not upset by it. Like they're too mighty.
Hey,
they're too mighty.
Chill out.
Chill.
What?
Calm down. You're spitting that hot fire over there.
Okay. So other stuff. Executive producers. We want to thank our executive producers, Brian Kaminsky and Andrew Face Kicker Kirkendall.
Face
That
kicker.
does it for us, guys. Make sure you go for a walk sometime and kick a squirrel.
Chido.